It's time for all your binge-worthy pop culture news. Welcome to Up and Adam.
Hey, guys. Welcome back and happy Monday. All right, guys, Monday means hot, messy topics, and that's exactly what we're back to do today with Jason. But before we jump into all of the madness, I do want to say a big, happy, and special happy anniversary to Elaine, because Elaine came out. She visited us. She's been so great as a part of the Addams family. We absolutely love her. So if you guys are in the live chat, go wish her a happy anniversary. It's so fun to watch her. And she calls her youngest kids the little, I believe the little ones, the littles, right? Something like that, but so cute. So we're sending you all of the love in the world. Now, we have a lot to talk about, from Erica Jane, Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, Real Housewives of Orange County, Real Housewives of Atlanta, some Vanderpump Rules drama, Southern Charm, and I guess everything in between. So with that, if you guys haven't already, go ahead, smash that like button, and let's welcome Jason. Don't forget to get subscribed, though. Hi.
Happy Monday.
Happy Monday.
Happy Monday.
Okay.
I don't even know if that's a song.
Janelle, so stop with the bonjour.
I didn't say bonjour.
I know, but it's like kind of you're
Well, you don't like my energy? Is that what you're saying? You don't like my
your
energy?
Okay. I like your energy. Okay.
Okay, good.
All right. So we have a lot to talk about today, guys. We're going to keep it to an hour, but I am also going to post the call-in link for you guys to kind of join in. And I asked you guys in a poll, where did you want to begin? And the majority voted for the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Now, I thought that the Real Housewives of Atlanta, and Jason, I'm going to pick your brain a little bit about this.
Sure.
At first, I wasn't loving the beginning of this season, but I think it's getting better.
I mean, okay, for me, and I think I've talked about this on here before, I fell off of Atlanta a few seasons ago, kind of around the same time Nene left. And it just kind of like, it was weird, the whole Bolo season, and it wasn't going anywhere. I actually love this group of ladies. I've been waiting for Marlo to have a peach. I know some people will agree with me and not. And for the longest time, I was not a huge fan of Kenya, and now I am. I really like this season. I've been into the season, so I'm so glad. I think we have a good group of women.
I don't know. Kenya kind of put me off a little bit in this episode. I'm not going to lie. So if you guys didn't watch The Real Housewives of Atlanta this week, they ended up going to Blue Ridge, and Marlo Hampton put together this sort of beautiful outing, right? Where she said, we're staying in a cabin. It's not just a cabin. It's like a cabin mansion that has I don't know. Well, yeah. Whatever you want, you get. And she sent cars for the ladies. I'm surprised she didn't send Sprinter vans. She thought it would be more comfortable to send like a small Aston Martin SUV. But anyways, the ladies were pissed because they couldn't eat inside of the car. I
mean, can we start with that? Because I would be pissed too. As much as I love, like, I've been in an Aston Martin before. It's so cool. It's comfortable for like 2 minutes. Like, I think you'd want to be like sitting down with some space and a place in a vehicle where you can actually eat food. Because that's what
I love. Okay. Too. So we'll get into that in a second. You know, we see Marlo Hampton. She's continuing the conversation about like having to give up the boys for 30 days. She needs a break. She's starting to kind of break apart, and she feels like, you know, I don't want to fail at this. And, you know, this isn't something, they're not her kids, but she did sign on to take them in and help out her sister, because her sister is incarcerated at the moment. And she's trying to, she's trying to do the best that she can in her mind, right? Okay. I don't want to get into that conversation too much again, because, we know that we all have a lot of feelings about that. But I just sort of want to fast forward into the real drama. We end up going to Blue Ridge, and all of the ladies are there except for Sonia Richards-Ross and also Kenya Moore. Sonia apparently signed a major deal with a company called iFit for her and her husband to do their next campaign, which is actually a big deal. And what was the first thing that you said when you saw this?
You know what's so funny? Because I'm watching Sonia on Housewives, and I'm like, sometimes I'm not sure if I'm a complete fan of Sonia on Housewives. Listen to me there, okay? Just on Housewives. But then when you see her on that iFoot commercial, and she's like, "Hi, I'm Sonia Richards-Ross. I am a gold medalist, Olympian." I'm like I just died. I'm like, don't you think that as an athlete, she would make more money doing those kind of things and those kind of promotions and stuff than she would on Housewives? And I wonder what was behind her choice to join the Housewives and kind of get involved in this like very nitty-gritty drama.
Right. Well,
she's just so not just established, but so decorated as an athlete. She has so many achievements. So I don't know. I didn't love her on here, but I really do. I like all the women right now. I'm so excited.
See, I was so over the Sonia Richards-Ross, it's just Drew Sidora kind of back and forth. I'm like, I don't even know what we're talking about at this point. And Drew went down the list. She's like, listen, I was invited, then I wasn't invited. Then she was questioning my business, drop it with Drew. And then she was questioning my integrity. And then like, we're all kind of sick of the Drew Sonia back and forth.
I mean, I question everything Drew does too. So I'm not mad at it, but I question it.
I mean, we're hearing that Drew Sidora is about to be called out with some receipts for being what Sheree is calling a fraud on Twitter. I don't know. I'm curious. But getting back to it, Kenya and Marlo. So Kenya and Sonia, they end up showing up late, and Kenya wanted to make an entrance. We knew that. And it's kind of funny because she's texting Candy Burris and she's like, are the women asking about me? Is anybody asking about me? And it's like, this whole setup is not for you. And if you were going to come, I understand that they're contractually obligated and they're paid by episode. So she's not going to miss a filming situation because her missing a filming situation could cost her tens of thousands of dollars. So she shows up, right? We get that part. But when she did, her energy was so out of whack. Like it really was just like, I'm here. This is a getaway for you, Marlo. I don't care. I don't like you. I don't like your energy. You called me a liar. And Marlo, the way she handled it, I was impressed.
Wow. Okay, because finally, when you did get Marlo to be quiet for 2 seconds, while Kenya could explain herself, Kenya's like reasoning for not liking Marlo during that explanation didn't really like hit home. I was kind of like, what? Well, how does that make sense? You know, now Marlo's rebuttal shows you exactly why she has a peach. I mean, I wanted a win there. I really did. I was like, oh, here's our resolution. We're going to see Marlo and Kenya come together and have some love for one another. I love Marlo's explanation, whether it was BS or not, if she really felt that way. But I really did like that moment. And then Kenya goes straight back into.
Well, you know, and Kenya's going backwards a little bit, which they all do this. But she's like, listen, you said I was lying when I said that I was having a baby. She also. I mean, Marlo has hit below the belt before. Remember when she said, that's why nobody wants you, not even your mom wanted you? Like, she has really hit below the belt. But if Kenya has moved forward from moments like that in the past, which those would be hard moments to move forward from, but they all do it to each other, then I don't necessarily understand why the straw that broke the camel's back was Marlo calling out Kenya saying, I think that you were lying about being sick. I just think that you didn't want to be there that night.
Yeah.
I don't get that.
True. I don't know. I just wanted that resolution so bad because, I mean, I really felt like we saw why Marlo has that peach. She can give a rebuttal like no other. I thought it was great. When you go back to her, though, I know we've discussed this last week and I really don't want to get into it. I kind of, after our discussion last week about Marlo and taking the break, you know, that 30 days, sending the kids for 30 days away, I kind of go back and forth a little bit here because this is someone who is a product of foster care. This is someone who is a product of not having, you know, a family home. She's taking a lot on. And I know that when you decide to do that, you should know I'm taking a lot on and you should be prepared for all the responsibilities, you know, that are to come to, you know, should be prepared for that. But I just don't think I'm kind of like, I don't know how to feel about this situation anymore.
Right. But
I don't think Marlo's completely wrong.
You know, I don't think that Marlo's completely wrong. I think that Marlo is trying to take a break from a situation that she signed on for, that she got a little bit in over her head. And she thinks by taking this break, she's going to put the boys back into a 2-bedroom, which she said that it's now a 3-bedroom apartment. It's probably still a 2-bedroom. I think she's trying to make herself feel better. But I think that she's trying to show the boys, listen, this is the life that you could be having, and I'm providing you with a better life. So, I mean, when she's walking around the room, she's showing holes in the walls. You know, you can tell that there is a lot going on in the house, right? And she needs a break. I mean, it's neither here nor there. I'm not going to judge her. I couldn't raise kids, especially kids that weren't, you know, aren't my own or weren't my own.
No, of course you could.
I don't think I could. So I have a lot of respect for anybody who does or even takes that on. You know what I mean?
No, that's 100%. I mean, we have our realtor used to be in foster care and help kids, you know, find foster homes. She's even tried to approach us about having kids, you know, stay with us as well. It's very difficult. So I don't know.
Could you imagine?
At least though, sorry, I don't mean to interrupt, but at least, you know, there was that option for the kids. You know what I mean? Like at least the mother wasn't taken away and the kids were just put away somewhere and who knows if they would have stayed together. I mean, you know what I mean? You know, so at least Marlo was there. Sheree brought a good kind of analogy to it about being a single mom and how, you know, she had to do what she had to do, but to take on I don't know. I'm getting lost with what I'm saying.
No, listen, at the end of the day, like, we know that a lot of people can be passionate about this topic, but I think that she's trying to do her best. I saw where Amaro said, I think this is a storyline, but I don't think it's a storyline because she had the boys last season. I think that she probably really is at her wit's end, and it just is what it is. I do want to ask before we move on from the Real Housewives of Atlanta, and again, guys, 300 in the room. Don't forget to smash that like button. But what did you think about Marlo's ultimatum? You either come and stay in the house and you participate with everyone and you can bring your daughter. I would love for you to bring your daughter, or don't come to the house. We don't want you to participate in the festivities.
Well, I thought the explanation was funny when they asked, where is Brooklyn now? She's like, oh, she couldn't make it. I mean, how do you not know where your daughter is?
She knows where her daughter is.
I do have to agree with that. But this was a girls' trip. I understand Kenya's perspective from Kandi approaching that situation last time. However, you're on a girls' trip. It's just kind of like a kick in the pants, when you say, I have a house, I'm staying there. I would be like, if I was Marlo too, I'm like, well, if you don't want to participate, don't be here, because already the energy has changed, like the women said at the dinner table. Right. Now this whole energy is going to be there, and you're going to play. You know what I mean? Like, I kind of, God, if I was the host, so uncomfortable. But if I was the host of this, I might have to agree with Marlo at this point.
I think I kind of would too, only because nothing against Kenya, but Kenya likes a moment, even trying to walk up and she's like, are the women talking about me? And well, I had to come in, and she's like flipping her hair and doing okay, cool. But it's not, this trip is supposed to be for Marlo. Marlo put on this trip. So now every time you show up to the house, it's going to be a moment. You're going to be 30 minutes late or early, or you're going to pop in and pop out and do whatever you want. And you're making it about yourself when really it's not about you. So if you want to come in and join in the festivities, then join in the festivities. She said the house is plenty big enough. Bring your daughter. It's not that big of a deal. But you're like, well,
but then you wouldn't want it is a big enough house where you could keep the action on one side, but I wouldn't want my daughter around all that. Because you know what these girls' trips do, right?
Well, yes, but also she has a nanny with her, so the nanny can stay with Brooklyn on the other side of the house or in the room and keep her busy. I feel like kids this at this point, maybe this is why I wouldn't be a good dad, but can't you hand your child an iPad and it keeps them busy? They play like Roblox and
Adam, no
Roblox,
no.
I feel like that's what they do.
No. I'm sure, but that's not what they should be doing. You know what I mean?
Okay. Well, I don't
Kenya's
know.
Kenya's not going to give Brooklyn an iPad and be like, here, play Roblox while mommy goes and films.
Okay. So let's move on from Atlanta, and I'm going to go ahead again and drop the link soon.
Wait, but I have a question for you, and maybe the live chat too. What do you think is going to happen next week? Do you think Kenya will end up staying?
Yes. I think Kenya will end up staying. I think that she just wants to be difficult in this moment and have a moment. And I think that when Marlo said, listen, I'm not as educated as you. I do have problems. You have problems. I have trust issues. I've been around, X, Y, and Z. And this is why I am the way that I am. I don't talk as fast as you. And, I really look up to you. I admire you. This was really a clever play, really, on Marlo's end. And she's like, you are a queen. And I think that you should be setting the example. And I want to follow your lead. I'm like, I don't think you really mean that, but it was so smart and such a clever way to play this and flip it. And then at that point, Kenya just looks kind of silly because she's like, well, I'm done. Just be quiet. Just use less words. And it's like, oh, Kenya, you lost this one. But I am excited to see the trip to Jamaica.
Me too. That was great. And I didn't think it was so funny. It's like, I didn't think it overshadowed Marlo's trip though, but I love how you just come in. You just got to this trip. You just got to this vacation and you're announcing the next trip. It's funny.
I mean, it is kind of shitty, but it's okay. It's like almost like announcing an engagement at somebody else's wedding, I mean, it's not as bad, and by the way, Felicia said, yes, kids love Roblox. See, maybe I'd be a great dad. Go play your Roblox.
Go play Roblox.
Okay. Well, Kandi never brings Blaze on any girls' trip. I mean, Kandi has more money than any of them combined, or all of them combined. So I don't think that she really needs to, but I get it. It's, Okay, let's move on. So I wanted to talk about the fact that there's been a little bit of drama when it comes to the Real Housewives of Orange County and Real Housewives of New York, technically Ultimate Girls Trip Ex-Wives Club crossover, because we found out that Tamra Judge and Alexis Bellino are confirmed for the Real Housewives of Orange County season 17. And I even messaged Tamra and I said, hey, can I confirm this? And she's like, I don't know what you're talking about. And I think that she's waiting because she's been waiting to get back on the show for so long. I think that she doesn't want to spoil anything. She wants to go exactly by the book because now she's seen what it's like to be taken out of that world, to lose that paycheck. She sold her house. She moved on. She tried to get back into like, I have a CBD company. I have a gym, whatever. I have, maybe a potential career again in real estate. She was trying to figure out all of these different avenues to make up for the paycheck that she
career
lost.
as a blogger. Andy's
yes,
worst nightmare right there. One of your housewife has turned into a blogger, but a good one. But I think, I don't know, after watching your interview with her, I just feel like she has a little more compassion maybe now for the other side of things, for people who talk about the shows. I mean, now she's hearing the information. She's seeing how things work. She's seeing how bloggers and fans react. I really feel like that's going to kind of give her that energy to be a force to be reckoned with coming back to the Real Housewives of Orange County.
And I also think that she's been around for so long that I don't feel like it's going to affect her and make her look like she's coming in like a fangirl. Because
I don't think she's coming in like a fangirl. I just think she's coming in with a lot more knowledge who am I to say that she doesn't have the knowledge of how to play the game of Housewives? She obviously does. But now you're coming in with like, oh, I see how fans see it. She's doing other interviews on her podcast. I just think she's going to be a more formidable opponent.
Yeah, and it kind of annoyed me at the beginning when Heather Dubrow was saying, how can you bring on, Tamara back on the show when she has a podcast about Housewives? When really, Heather Dubrow, and I've said this, it's
Check
like
your house
here. She talks about Housewives too on her podcast.
Yes, in your house. Check your house and find your studio. That's where it is.
Yes.
Did you lose it in that big ass house? She does the same thing, So I do agree with that.
All right, I'm going to drop the call-in link for you guys. We're going to take callers here in a few minutes, and I just pinned it at the top of the live chat. But I did want to play this video because it was Jill Zarin who ended up outing Tamara Judge as in her full-time position. And at first I thought Tamara was playing in this video. I don't think she's playing. Thanks, Taste of Reality.
Hey guys, I have a big announcement. Jill is the thirstiest bitch I've ever met. Hey guys, I have a big announcement. Jill is the thirstiest bitch
I love it.
I love it.
I love it just as much as I love Ultimate Girls Trip. This is great.
It's kind of funny.
It's funny.
I mean, I think Ultimate Girls Trip Ex-Wives Club, I think that they're killing it this season. And I really am excited about this, lineup. Thank God that Tinsley's not a part of it anymore. And we have Portia Williams. I think that season 3 could also be really good. But for Tamara Judge, I'm happy that she's coming back to the show. I think that Bravo got way ahead of themselves with giving all of these pay increases and these bonuses. And then they tried to do budget cuts. And then they brought on people that they didn't have to pay a lot of money, like Noella Bergner and Dr. Jen Armstrong and Elizabeth Lynn Vargas. And these people aren't making the cut because it doesn't make sense. They don't even bring the drama. So let's just pay the people that we've invested our time into.
Yeah, no, I 100%. Yeah. I do have to agree. I'm really laughing a lot at Ultimate Girls Trip this season, the Ex-Wives Club. I am excited. How funny. Can you pull that photo back up of the cast?
Yeah.
I know there's a new photo out that replaces Tinsley, but it's so funny replacing Tinsley with Portia, how much the dynamic is going to change in this group. And now I'm super excited for it.
And, I don't know if you remembered this, but do you remember when Portia was doing Bravo Chat Room?
Yes. Yeah, okay. I loved Bravo Chat Room with Kate Chastain, with Giselle. Loved it.
Yes, and Portia. And Portia was calling out at one point. She was calling out Candace Diller Bassett, saying that she felt like Candace asked for Monique to come across the table. And she pretty much said, the reason I think that Candace is suing her is because she's trying to pay her bills and pay off her house or whatever the case was. But she shaded the hell out of Candace Diller Bassett. And I totally forgot about that. So I'm wondering, because Candace's only rebuttal was, I don't know her. I've seen her on TV like the rest of you. I don't know her in person. I don't know why she's chiming in on my stuff.
Well, and also Monique and Portia are friends.
Yeah.
So I think this is going to be a great, now for me, that I don't know, just that energy of Portia being in the cast now changes the dynamic between everybody. And that makes me excited.
And originally I was thinking like Candace Diller Bassett, I was like, she's going to be the wordsmith here. Like she's going to be the one who will cut anybody open with her words because she's so good with her deliveries and she'll read somebody up and down for filth. There's not really a formidable opponent on this cast for Candace Diller Bassett, like none of them. Whitney, she'll shut her down in 2 seconds. Heather, Candace will shut her down in 2 seconds.
Yeah, but sometimes Candace needs to be shut down, and maybe that's why Portia is being added to the cast.
I mean, Portia is the only one who will have, like, who would have the ability. Like, Portia, no one's going to go after Portia because she's the same way. Her reads are crazy. They're insane, and we're here for them. Her reads and her confessionals. Candace, same way. So I think that what's going to happen is Marisol is going to get wind of this. She's going to be on either Team Candace or Team Portia. She's going to stir that pot and watch it go.
100%. I think, well, I don't want to talk too much about, a show that hasn't even started filming yet. Or, oh my God, maybe it has.
No, it starts filming in
next week
3
or something?
days. No,
Okay.
3 days.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm curious now. Heather and Whitney, like, we'll see where they fit in, but how Alexia will fit into this. I feel like she's just going to be more of a motherly kind of like friend to everyone. You know what I mean? I don't think she's going to get involved in too much, but I don't know. Who am I to say that? I don't know.
We'll see.
It's just a feeling. Right. It's a feeling.
We're going to segue over here into some Vanderpump Rules drama because Vanderpump Rules season 10 started filming last Wednesday. Now, I completely feel like they dropped the ball on all of this because they missed the LA Times article coming out, which I'm sure they're going to pretend like it came out during the first week of filming, like everyone forgot who's actually.
What are you talking about, Adam? It's reality TV. They don't do that.
Oh, yeah, exactly. But they missed the LA Times article coming out about the demise of Randall Emmett. They missed the divorce with Tom and Katie, even though they're still navigating it. But they missed the putting the house on the market, moving out of the house, into their own apartments. What they're going to probably pick up and catch on this is the opening of Schwartz and Sandy's, the continued on conversation with Ariana and also Katie about this sandwich shop. And Lisa might be an investor. We don't know yet. And then, of course, Sheena's wedding will be this season. Now,
can we talk about the sandwich shop really quick? Because I was mentioning this to you yesterday when we were watching, what was it, Hollywood House Flip with Jeff Lewis, which is great, guys. It's on Freevee. It's a fantastic
show.
Hollywood
House Lift.
Thank you. Hollywood House Lift. Yeah. It's fantastic. You guys should watch it. But they've been to like 5 sandwich shops, and every sandwich shop is so different. And I forgot after living in LA how many sandwich shops there actually are.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's like a bar and you can just open another bar and make it different. It will be cool, like Schwartz and Sandy's, or if it's just going to be like another sandwich shop that you see pop up.
No. I talked to Tom Schwartz when we were doing Spilling Tea Live LA, and I talked a little bit with Ariana. So they're planning on doing it's going to be something about her sandwiches. That's going to be the name. But then they're also going to be serving wine. It's going to be kind of like, I forgot what the vibe was. It's like boho chic vibe where it's loungy. It's not just LA. Like you walk into a Subway and you say, can I get a spicy BLT? And like,
can I have a glass of wine and a sandwich in a lounge? That's LA. But listen, Ariana is an amazing businesswoman, especially what she did with her cocktails, with their book. I love following her on Instagram. I'm curious to see how that is going to work out.
I just think I'm curious about the dynamics between her and Katie being able to work together, with her being in a relationship with Tom Sandoval and Katie and Tom Schwartz no longer being together, but Tom and Tom are business owners together. Like if there will be any tension because of that.
I think there's going to be. And I think that's exactly why we're doing this season 10.
One thing though that I didn't necessarily agree with is we were all wondering, will Raquel come back to the show? Now, Raquel is filming with the rest of the cast. She is back. So her exit statement from season 9, apparently it didn't mean anything. I'm guessing, if I did have to guess, I'm guessing that producers are going to put her in an awkward situation, Raquel, because she's still working at SUR. And right. James is going to be doing his see you next Tuesday, like DJing situation. He's going to have his
girlfriend. The new girlfriend.
Yep. The new girlfriend's going to be front and center, cheering him on. And then he's going to sit down with his girlfriend after and kind of reflect on like, this was crazy. Thanks, babe. Thanks for coming in and seeing my DJ set. And then Raquel is going to be like, hi guys, can I get you something to drink? And she's going to be like, oh, that's that bitch that you were with. You know what I mean? Like producers are going to be like, all right, mic up Raquel. We're going to put James and his girlfriend Allie in Raquel's section and let the games begin. It's so obvious.
It's obvious. But I have a question for you, Adam, because our least favorite cast member of Vanderpump Rules season 9 is coming out against Sheena Hardcore, Charlie Burnett. Is this just a holding on to a string here, trying to find some kind of storyline? Because honestly, she was the most boring cast member ever added to the show. And how are you going to come after Sheena? Sheena is the reason we have Vanderpump Rules. We were talking about this earlier. She was the segue from Real Housewives of Beverly Hills into Vanderpump Rules.
Yep, with her and the whole affair with Brandy's husband. Yeah, she legitimately is the reason. And she's told the story before. She was actually getting ready to go on a road trip to Palm Springs. And right before she left, she got a call from Pandora. Pandora said, "What are you doing right now?" And she said, "I'm about to leave for a girls' trip." And she's like, "Wait, no, get your ass here to SUR. We're doing casting." And she's like, "I think that this would be really good for you. I think that you would be a shoo-in." So Sheena ended up turning around and going to this whole casting situation. And of course, they knew that they were going to use her anyways, because we already saw the drama playing out on Beverly Hills. But for Charlie, I was arguing with, we have a good friend, well, a few good friends from working at Tom Tom and Pump and SUR who are very close to the cast. And I was talking to one of our friends about Charlie, and they're like, "But she's so beautiful." Great. What does that mean? There's so many beautiful people who would not make sense for reality TV. That doesn't, who cares? If she is stunning.
Yeah, I don't think, I mean, listen, you know, they did try to integrate people onto the show. Remember when we were working there, they tried to integrate this girl who had like all of these Instagram followers, just integrate her onto the show. Yeah, the one who popped the cork in Lisa's face and was fired like literally 24 seconds later.
Yeah.
It just doesn't work. Like we fell in love with the people we started with on the show, right? Just like we fell in love with the OG Housewives, and we try to replace them with all these new people who we think are going to work. Oh, look at this girl. She works at SUR. She's beautiful. Great. Everyone who works at SUR, Pump, Tom Tom is pretty damn good looking, you know? That doesn't mean they should be on a reality show. So
right.
I don't know.
Remember too, you know, just to be fair, when they brought on Charlie and they were testing like our friend JoJo and Valissa and, you know, Jordan and all of these other people, they were trying to get back to the root of, you know, kind of like what Vanderpump Rules was when it started, with a bunch of thirsty, you know, actresses, actors, like models trying to not, and I don't mean thirsty like in a bad way. I mean like people
hungry.
Who are really hungry.
They're hungry
to like break into the business, and they're still living in their kind of, you know, crappy apartments and trying to survive in Los Angeles because it's so freaking expensive.
Trying to live the dream. And that's so fun to watch, though. It's so fun to watch people like work hard and navigate. How am I going to, you know, why am I here pursuing my dream? How am I going to make it? I love watching that. But I can wrap up Charlie for you in like 2 seconds. She eats pasta. She got slapped on the ass.
No, she doesn't eat pasta.
Or she doesn't eat pasta. She gets slapped in the butt by someone, and she like doesn't, you know, goes. It's just like, come on, girl. Like, we don't need you when we have Lala over here getting a divorce, or not a divorce, separating from Randall. You know, it's just like
the demise of a Hollywood empire.
We don't need Charlie on the show.
No, but
why?
I think and they still might be trying to do it, but originally they were trying to bring in new blood, and they were going to use Stassi's wedding before Stassi and all of them were canceled as a Vanderpump Valley spinoff. And they were going to take all of the ones who have already been established living in their $2 million homes, and now we don't believe that they're working in these restaurants. They were going to give them their own sort of spinoff, like, you know, like a Laguna Beach OG or something like that. And then they were going to take our newbies, and they were going to try to do like maybe a Tom Tom spinoff, or like another Vanderpump Rules, maybe keep the name the same. That's what they were trying to do. But then once so many cast members got canceled, they just kept the dynamic the way it was. And again, I agree. Like, Charlie did not need to be cast this season. I'm not trying to get anyone fired, but her, you know, someone messaged her and they said, you know, you're just a wannabe Sheena. And she's like, what's there to want to be? Sad? And I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, girl, Sheena just bought her second or third house. She's about to get married.
3, right? I think she's on 3.
Yeah, she loves her fiance. She has a beautiful little baby. She started this show. She has a shit ton of money in her bank account. What is so sad about Sheena? Don't let the editing fool you. I mean, Sheena's a good friend of ours, right?
Yeah. And also, I mean, like I said, Sheena was the segue. She had this story. I mean, she was just as important as Stassi at the beginning of Vanderpump Rules. She was part of that original group. You know, I think Charlie, take a seat.
Just take a seat. And, you know, I know that a lot of people, not a fan of Brock. I know that Brock, because everything kind of came out last season about his domestic violence situation, not paying his child support, not seeing his kids. He really did not, like, if you're watching and you don't know him, it looked bad.
It really did.
It really looked bad. But Sheena, I had this conversation with her, and she also had this conversation on a podcast. She's hopeful that people will get to see the other side of him this next season, see why she wants to get married to him. He caught up on his child support. There's still restrictions with the pandemic, so he eventually wants to see his kids. Sheena wants to showcase him as more of like a father, and maybe we'll see that side. I don't know. Now Lala Kent is vouching for him, saying that he's such an amazing man and such an amazing father.
What a turnaround.
Who is she? Yeah, what a turnaround.
What a turnaround.
Who is she to be the voice of reason at this point? But I am interested.
Sure.
Like, before I used to think Lala was so hungry and just kind of annoying on the show. Now there's so much shit happening with her that, like, I just want to see it all go down.
Yeah, I mean, I have to say that too. I was calling it the season of completion for so long. And now we just got a revamp almost. So we'll see how this goes. I'm curious. I'm excited.
Okay, so before we bring on a couple callers, I do want to just say one thing or a couple things really quick, and I'll keep it lightning round fast, okay? One, huge congratulations to Benifer, and apparently, I guess, Jennifer Lopez is changing her last name to Affleck, and she did not sign a prenup, which I don't agree with. And we've talked about this with Teresa Giudice and Louis Ruelas. The only reason I don't agree, and just bear with me, guys, this is not her first rodeo. She's worth 400+ million. He's worth 150 million. I understand that once you get up in those digits, like, sure, it's a lot of money. And what is, money when you have love? And no, money is fucking money. Keep your 400 million. You have almost 4 times what he has. Sign a prenup.
Hey, it's the second time though. So,
But congratulations, Benifer. And then I also wanted to bring this up really quick. Christina Fulton, who is Nicolas Cage's ex, and I talked about this a little bit last week, filed a lawsuit with Ronald Richards to go after Erika Jayne. Now, the lawsuit, Ronald Richards kept on messaging me saying, I have a lawsuit coming out. You're definitely going to want to cover this. My thing is, I think that with all of the social media antics, and I don't know Ronald Richards, I don't know Erika Jayne, I don't know any of them in person, so I don't have any bone to pick with anyone, but I think that the social media stuff has gotten so messy at this point that I would rather just wait for things to drop and I'll talk about them. But it was perceived on Page 6 and put out there, it was portrayed like this was some big crazy lawsuit and Erika Jayne robbed Christina Fulton, who is Nick Cage's ex. Wow, what's going to happen? They were calling it alleged theft, blah, blah, blah. What happened was Christina Fulton, she had a bad car accident and used Girardi Keese as her attorneys, and they did the same thing to her that they did to all of the other victims, which was win her a big settlement, give her a small portion of that settlement, and then tell her that they will pay her out. Oh, the money's not coming in. The money's not coming in. The money's not coming in. So since she caught on that they're claiming that a lot of the money that was used from the victim settlement funds that money was funneled into Erika Jayne's EJ Global LLC business account, she jumped on and also is now saying, I know that my funds were spent on Erika. So this really is just another case that that the other victims have. And now there are so many people who have racked up lawsuits, and most of them most likely will not get paid. So her lawsuit, she for damn sure probably is not going to get a settlement out of this. In my opinion, I'm not a legal expert. That's an Emily D. Baker question. But there's so many people online right now. Joseph Rui Gomez for $11 million, the creditors, the debtors, and now people are slamming Ronald Richards, calling him obsessed with Erika because he's trying to buy her house. This whole thing is just messy.
That's a little obsessive, right? That's a little weird.
But he messaged me and said, he wouldn't call it obsessive. He's saying that he's trying to buy the house to give money back to the victims.
Okay. Well, that would make sense.
But then he also wanted to turn it into some sort of museum where people can come and see all of the stuff that Erika and Tom had together in the house. And Erika made a great point saying, how the hell are you going to get that past the HOA, which we know HOAs are terrible.
And the city and the county. And no, that's I don't know. I mean, listen, maybe Ronald Richard knows a little more about that than we do, but it might be a little hard.
Yeah, I was going to get into some Southern Charm stuff, but since it was the least rated on the poll, I'll save that for the end. Let's just take some callers.
Really quick, Southern Charm, is really good this season. It's really good.
I mean, it really is.
I love watching it.
I don't understand this dynamic, but I don't need to. But I really love this dynamic. I feel like Madison LaCroix definitely took over that birthday party this past episode and made it sort of her engagement party. I thought that was a little shitty, but at the end of the day, it's a reality show. What do you expect? All right. We have a tornado round before we start bringing up all the callers and doing panels. You guys know her as Ebony Dix. Ebony, are you there? I see where she muted. Let me see. Hi, Ebony. You never know. 5.
When
4.
she's ready, she'll appear.
I know.
Bring her back up.
She'll appear. She'll come. She'll drop the mic, and then she'll leave. Okay. Let's bring up some. Oh, I thought she popped up. Let's bring up. Is it Poa? And Janelle. Hello.
Hey.
Hi. How are you?
Hi, ladies.
Bonjour.
Bonjour.
Oh, is this
Last
a
night, I'm in a
with the
good mood.
bonjour?
Huh? Also, Adam, maybe if you get on Jason's level of like energy, you would also be able to talk sing as well. So
I slept so
I
well
didn't
last night.
invite you in here to attack me.
listen, honey, it's not attacking. It's not attacking. It's called a lesson.
Oh, a lesson. And I wanted to ask, real quick, is it Poa?
It's POA. It's like an old name. But yeah, my name's Jess.
Oh, Jess. Okay. I'll call you Jess.
I'm one of Shan's girls.
Nice.
Nice.
Well,
welcome.
in.
We love Shan.
Nice. Bonjour.
All
Are
right.
you Canadian?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh no.
You just like to say bonjour?
I just like to say bonjour.
I love that.
She's not Canadian,
like
but
to say
she is
bonjour, that's
eclectic
it.
for sure. All right. So I wanted to ask you guys, I mean, where should we start from here? Obviously, I mean, I feel like with the Erica Jane stuff, I'm so sick of talking about it. At this point, we just
let's put pause on Erica Jane.
Yeah.
Well, I don't listen. Erica Jane gets on my last damn nerve, so she whatever. I'm still mad at her for yelling at Garcelle's kids. So
That was so rude.
So bye, girl. I didn't watch Atlanta because I'm not gonna lie. After the first couple episodes, I kind of zoned out.
Same,
Yeah.
and I stuck with it a little bit though. It gets better. It gets better.
I'm
waiting for it to get better.
Yeah, you have to. I think this is a season that you definitely have to binge, because if you're waiting for the end of every episode, it just started getting good. It's not like you can't. It's not going to keep your interest. Like Beverly Hills, they keep on leaving us with like a little bit of a cliffhanger. I know Potomac. I've already heard that the season's going to be great. New Jersey, they're great with cliffhangers, but Atlanta, it's been a little weak. But this episode was good.
Okay. I mean, I'm gonna go back and binge the whole thing, and I'm gonna, be like, okay, Marlo, let's see, you got this peach, because I was happy she got that peach. Speaking of peaches, I got 2 50-pound. Not 50-pound, but I got 2 boxes of peaches. Why did I buy 50 pounds of peaches? I don't know, but let me tell you, these bad boys
To binge
Fun
Atlanta.
fact, I've never tried a peach in my life.
What?
Yeah.
Adam, I may have to send you a jar of peach jam.
You have
Don't. He
50
won't
pounds.
try
You
it.
can send me more than a jar. Send me a box.
I ain't saying. Listen, I already ate half of it. Yeah.
We're here for it. But no, Atlanta. I mean, Jess, are you watching Atlanta or no?
I am. Yes, I'm watching everything. I'm actually just here to talk about Vanderpump because I was at the taping.
Wait, which taping?
The one that just happened at Sir.
Oh, okay. All right. Spill.
Oh, spill the tea, hot tea.
So I was in town. Like, I'm from Canada. Me and Shan live like pretty close together. But I had gone down to LA just for 3 days to get tattooed. So I was there. I flew in Tuesday, getting tattooed Wednesday, flying back Thursday.
Expensive ass tattoo.
Love.
It's beautiful. So it was a couple days before I left. I heard that they were taping, and I was like, "What?" So smart me got on, made a reservation, because we all know you ain't just gonna walk in on that day. So got a reservation in the bar area. Was super stoked because I'd been there before, so I knew how small it was. So we get there, it's chaos. Raquel is quote unquote working, but like we know that she's not actually working.
Right.
But she was really nice. The rest of them just kind of were like in their little corner. I didn't realize that like they film so close. Like the distance between the camera to where they're sitting is only like 1.5 meters.
Yeah.
I was like,
no, they
what
have
the
it
heck?
like right in their face. It's which I always thought was so interesting, because you're acting like you're comfortable and you're like, like, did you just hear what that bitch said the other day about you? But really the camera is like right here, and it's like,
Yeah.
can you, like
back it up a bit.
Yeah, back that shit up.
Well, and
Back
like
it
I
up.
knew that it wasn't like fully reality. Like some of it was definitely produced, but like they like definitely took pauses between their things, and like James kept saying like, "Oh, I got to go back and do my scene," and same with Tom, and I was like, that's kind of weird. But Sheena was really sweet. Like I asked her for a photo, and she was like, absolutely. And she was like, so cute. And we were talking about her ring, and she said she's getting married next month. So I'm wondering if it's going to be filmed, if she's getting married next month.
It's definitely going to be filmed. It's probably going to be like the season finale.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, because they film shorter seasons for Vanderpump Rules. So like Housewives usually go from 3 to 6 months with pickup shots and everything.
Yeah.
For Vanderpump Rules, they usually only film for about 2 months. They'll probably end it off at the end, like Janelle just said. If she's getting married next month, that'll probably be the finale.
Yeah.
Wasn't Schwartz and Katie's wedding the season finale that season?
Yeah, and then Sheena's wedding was a season finale, 1 season 2 to Mike Shea. Like, it's always a season finale.
Yeah. I'm still choked that we missed Stassi's wedding, but listen.
Oh, I don't care about Stassi.
I do. Love Stassi.
But no, I think that it's too... Ebony Dix, I was about to bring you back up again. She's so funny. She pops in and pops out. I do think that this season they have, Jason kept calling it the season of completion, but with all of the crap that's coming out that you can't even make up, like the divorce, the demise of Randall Emmett, and the fall of his empire, the LA Times article. The only thing I don't understand was Charlie there when you went there?
I made friends with a couple people while I was there, and one of the guys says that he saw Charlie. I never saw her. Lala wasn't there. Ariana and Katie were. They kind of just stayed in their little area. The one time they got up to go get something, they literally like ran to avoid everybody. But Tom Schwartz obviously was the best. Sandoval was just like, he like took my phone and took the photo and like zoomed it out, which I thought was so funny because I was like, he just knows his best angle.
Oh, so does Sheena. They both do that.
Yeah. With Schwartz though, I asked him, I was like, oh, Schwartz, I was like, where can I buy your whiskey? And he's like, I don't know.
Tom spilled it all.
I mean, it's such a typical Schwartz answer. I was like, what do you mean you don't know where to buy it? And he like put his little hand on his chin. He's like, oh, online. You can buy it online. And I was like, but I can't buy it in Canada because I had already told him I'm from Canada. He's like, oh, yeah, we're having distribution issues.
That's just like key for, oh, shit, I don't know where you can buy this. Well, I'm sure you could. One of the things that I think it's so smart on Lisa Vanderpump as a businesswoman is if you go into her restaurants,
you can buy everything.
Yeah, you buy everything. And she has her Vanderpump Rosé everywhere. Her wine's everywhere. But we used to have people, and this isn't something I would say as a server, but people would come in, fans of the show who wanted to come into the restaurant, and they'd be like, can I buy a bottle? And you can buy it, you just can't open it. And we would tell them the price of the bottle, and they're like, I can go across the street to the grocery store and get it for half that. And I'm like, well, then go across the street to the grocery store and buy it. It's going to be the
literally. We had so many people at Pump come, and I always used to tell them, I was like, do not. I mean, this is probably looking really bad. I don't work there anymore, so it doesn't matter. But I'm like, just walk across the street, go to Pavilions. It's literally $17. I'll sell it to you here for $44. So
Jesus,
whatever,
You know what? My mom, if they sell it at Publix, where I'm from in Florida, and my mom likes to get it buy one get one free. So I'm just putting out.
Damn.
I mean, it's some good rosé though. It's addicting.
Well, they need to get it in Canada because
Adam likes it more than I do.
Because I remember I was home last time and I was like, Mom, when did you learn about Lisa Vanderpump? She was like, who? I said, Mom, Lisa Vanderpump on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills.
She's like, this was on the end cap. It said 2 for $1. I got it. Like, that's what I do.
Get one for each now, and I love rosé. And I was like, okay.
You're like, I'll just leave it at that. Leave it at that.
That's amazing.
So, Jess, Janelle, are you guys, I mean, with everything, I think this will be a great season, but I want to hear your opinions with everything that's been out in the press and everything going on. And also I want to hear your opinions of Charlie being a part of the cast. Are you excited for season 10?
I'm not excited for Charlie.
I'm not excited for Charlie either. Here's my thing about Charlie.
Dud.
They're setting her up to be the Sheena of season 1. I know she don't like a Sheena comparison, but girl, know your place. Sheena was the outlier of season 1. Because remember, if anybody watched that 100 episode retrospective they did, where all the cast talked about how they got cast, and that's how they found out like everyone had been sleeping with each other, and like, oh, this is perfect, this is gold. Like Stassi and Kristen both said in their interviews that were like, we wanted Schwartz to be part of the main cast, not Sheena. But the producer said they wanted Sheena because she was the outcast. She was the one like on the outside looking in, wanted to be part of this group, and was trying so hard to get part of it. But But Stassi and Jack
kind of like a Chriselle on Selling Sunset.
Hello.
Yeah, you always need that one person who's like on the outs trying to break into the group, but then you have the resident like mean evil woman who's like, you can't sit with us.
Right. Like, it's reality TV. Like, it's just reality TV. Like, I don't know what's the word. Like, everyone fucking does it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So Charlie, no one likes you. So therefore, you're going to be the outlier. You're going to be the villain. Like, because they don't want Lala.
I don't think she'll be a villain. She can't hold her. Like last season, we watched it on season 9 where Lala literally, and she almost broke the fourth wall, but did it in a way that they could edit it. She went in on Charlie, and then Charlie got like visibly like shaken and upset. And she's like, you screamed at me. And Lala's like, oh girl, I thought you were going to be stronger than that. She's like, I apologize. I thought you would hold your own. Hello? You know what? I'm not even going to go after you. I'm going to leave you alone because you're fragile.
That's what I'm saying. But the thing is that she talks a lot of smack on social media. And that's the problem. You talk all this smack on social media, but then when it gets to be in person, girl, you can't hold your own. That's a problem.
She's a small dog with a big bite.
Like, don't be talking, like, you know what I always tell people, don't be talking junk on social media and don't expect to get smacked in person when that person sees you. Okay? Like,
I mean, that's like Lisa Rinna does a good job. She talks shit on social media, but then she'll look at you in the face and smile and be like, I said it.
Exactly. It's just like, if you can't back it up, then don't say anything. Keep your mouth shut and keep it moving. And Charlie, you keep going off on social media about all these people that you have to work with, and I know your paycheck is not that good for you to be talking all that junk. So,
and
girl,
she's not even, to be fair, she's not. First of all, her Vanderpump Rules paycheck this season is probably somewhere between $20,000 to $40,000, which is it's nothing compared to the rest of the cast. Like Sheena and them are making upwards of 600,000 plus. Like Stassi's last season, she made 600 to 650,000, and that's not counting appearances and everything. That was just her paycheck from the show.
And all
Jesus.
That
yeah.
So Tom and Katie and Short, like all of the people who have been around since the very beginning, they're making great money, especially now that they're getting paid episodically. And Ariana is probably right there with them. Right. I mean, James is too. Raquel and Charlie are making the least. But then if you think about it, say, you know, Charlie is making $40,000 to come on and like just be like, oh, yeah, what's up? That $40,000, she loses probably about 40% of it due to California taxes.
Hello?
So you're not making that much money.
You're not making that much. And the high ass California rent, like, hello, girl. You need to have several seats. Either you need to get with the crowd or don't be part of the crowd. And also, I said this last year, and I still hold to it. I think she's a diversity hire. I said it.
Who, Charlie?
Charlie, because she's Hispanic.
Is Charlie Hispanic?
Yes.
Is she half? I don't think she's full.
Listen, it don't matter. She got
something. She was Italian.
No, she's
Italian.
We talked about how easy it would have been to include, because the people who really work at these restaurants, it is the most diverse place to work. On the show, it is not shown like that at all. Not right. one bit. And they missed their opportunity. We've talked about this before with Richardson. Totally, because he would have been a great manager. Now he's not even there anymore. And so it's like you missed that opportunity. You put him on the opening of Vanderpump Rules. Why? To show diversity, and then we never saw him that entire season.
Right.
I was like,
that's what I'm saying. I strongly believe. Now, I will hold on one side note. I love that episode when Richardson was flirting with Katie when they were doing training at Pump. I was like, you know what? Richardson could get it. Okay, Richardson could get it. Katie, you better dump shorts and get Richardson. Oh, now she's single. Oh, girl, you should reconsider. Anyways.
Wait.
Sorry.
I do want to say
that episode. I remember I even was like, okay, Richardson.
I think you know what everyone loved Richardson when they would come in, and Richardson is very militant, but then he's a charmer. So guests that would come in, he would schmooze them, and all you would have to do is come up and say hi, and Richardson's like, oh hey, like he loved to like flirt around, and he knew how to work a room. But then when I say militant, he was my manager at Tom Tom, and it took me like 3 months to break past that hard shell, because he'd be like, excuse me, Adam, you're supposed to clock in at 4:00. It is 3:56. What is the rule? 5 minutes before. If you're not ready, if you clock in at 3:56 and you have to go downstairs and drop your stuff, then you're not ready, which means I will cut your shifts. Do you understand? Repeat it to me. And
there is a reason Lisa and Ken chose Richardson to run one of the businesses. There is a reason.
Because he knows what he's doing, and you need someone who's going to be that diligent, especially when you have a group of people that are not going to be there a long time. Like everyone's an artist of some sort, so they're going to be leaving for whatever the next big opportunity is going to be. So yes, you need someone who's going to be able to maintain the ship and is going to keep it afloat. And I think Richardson is definitely that person. That's why I always enjoyed him on screen, because he was such a difference in personality to everyone else, but also he's able to get along with everyone else. And Shan, I saw your comment. I think he does play for Janelle's team, okay? Or Katie's team. I think he does, but I don't know. I'm not out here in these streets trying to figure out what people be doing in the bedroom. I just know, man, it's good looking. And
I also think too, I think that I remember being at Tom Tom one time, and I think they tried to. Do you remember Danica? She was on for one season.
Yeah.
In season 8.
The comedian.
They brought her in. She was a manager at Sir. So he actually kicked her out of Tom Tom, and because she was sloppy and she was a mess. And he was like, get out of here. And she was demanding things. And Jason knows this, that if you're on the show or if you work in one of the other restaurants, they always come over because they can't drink and like hang out at their own restaurant, the one that you work at. So you go to one of the other restaurants because they're all in the same block. And then you go and you're like, I work at Sir. Jason used to get it all the time. And he'd be like, I don't give a shit. There's a line over there. There's reservations. If you want something, go to the bar and you're not getting a discount. And they'd be like, excuse me? I
always said you can call Lisa.
And Jason would always say this. He's like, do you want me to call her right now? Because I can promise you probably won't have a job if I bother her for this. Like, Jason was an ass.
Okay, don't make me look like I wasn't ass, but don't tell stories like that.
Also, Joe, don't you Joe getting a little messy in the comments because he bringing up about the last discussion we had about Hispanic people. Joe, don't you be doing that. We can't be talking about that. Okay, we can't talk about that discussion that was a mess.
Yeah.
Okay, wait. Do we think that Charlie is the next Laura Lee? Like, do we think Charlie's actually going to break out the way Laura Lee did?
No. I
don't think so either. I was wondering, maybe that's why they're bringing
Laura Lee still hasn't gotten that big break. She played a hooker in that movie.
Listen, that's one movie more than the rest of them have.
Why did she play?
I think what's going to happen, you know what I think will happen is I don't know if Charlie's still in a relationship. One of the perks of being on Vanderpump Rules, and even if she's a friend of and nobody's really talking about her, she gets to go to all of the, big events with the promotions and like the Chrissy Teigen events and all of these different parties that are thrown around town. She gets to show up. And in showing up, you get to rub elbows with some of the right people. So if she plays her cards right, she's not going to be a breakout reality TV star, but she might meet someone who's like, well-established, and that might be her. I don't know. I'm not saying
Maybe
that she needs a
single,
man or anything.
She's going to be the next one meeting someone like Randall.
Oh, no, I hope not. You know what? I see Charlie on a Freeform show. That's where I see her. I think she just needs to go to Freeform.
What
and
the hell is Freeform?
What's Freeform?
It's a channel, isn't it? A channel,
it's a TV
right?
channel.
But what kind of shows are on Freeform?
It's like
free shows.
No, not free shows. That's Freevee. No.
Freevee. That's right.
Freevee is the one with like the new Jeff Lewis show, the Housewives show.
But Freeform has
Freeform
like older stuff on it, right?
No. It used to be called ABC Family. And then they changed it to Freeform. So like it had like all the high school early, young adult shows. So
are they reality?
Yeah.
Like no, like Pretty Little Liars.
Is she an actress?
Yeah, she's an actress.
Who, Charlie?
I didn't say she was
Lord.
good. She an actress.
That's another misconception too. Listen, we always, especially working in these restaurants, people would come in all the time and they're like, I'm an actor. Have you not seen where I've been when I would be like training them as a server? And I'm like, obviously you haven't been on anything that fucking great because I'm teaching your ass how to.
Like, I'm an actress too, but I definitely don't I don't go to people like, oh, by the way, I went to NYU and I was.
LA's just like that. I remember one time somebody.
Do that. I was not raised that way. Makes my skin fall.
I forgot who it was. It was some girl, but she was like, she's like, check my IMDb or something like that. And I was like, I don't give a shit about your IMDb.
Lord.
I need you to pass this test. So
if we have to check it, that's already like
right. That's why I don't start with that. I just start with like, hey, I'm Janelle, what's up? And then we can get into that conversation later. Because also, like, you know, like, even though like I'm not actively acting now, like I know I still hang out with people who are actors and they don't talk like that.
No.
And I'm just like, so, but I have heard that in LA because I have friends who live out there and they're like, yeah, girl, it's a whole different.
Nobody's impressed with
everybody is somebody.
Everyone's somebody, and nobody is impressed with anything that you're doing because it's always a one-up. It's like, you did this, well, I did this. Or you're an actor, great. I don't care. I don't want to see you succeed or win in this business because I'm over here struggling. Which is, Zach and I just had this conversation the other day because there have been some moments in like Florida and stuff, like since we live here and it's not really the industry, it's a different kind of like when you run into somebody and they've seen you on YouTube or whatever, and they're like super just like really sweet and excited and like just praising and like, I love you and like I love the show and Jason, and like it's different than like Zach was telling me that he ran into somebody who recognized him, which how could you not recognize Zach with the blonde hair and everything? He's kind of like a character in his own right.
Yes,
so he
love it.
He said somebody walked up to him at Target and was like, hey, I saw you on your podcast and pretty cool. Like
sometimes really with him on Twitter, I'd be careful if he walks up to me and slaps me in the face sometimes.
That's what I told Zach. I said, Zach, you are a hot mess on Twitter. I said, somebody might, like, you don't know. What if you run into Ronald Richards or somebody out?
Or you run into Erica at TJ Maxx. Like, this is going to be a problem. Oh, wait, he loves her.
Who?
Erica.
I don't know if he loves her. I think that I don't know.
You think that Erica's going to recognize him?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yes.
I do. I mean, yes. She reposts him. She reposted his wine. He sent her his wine. Yeah. He'll know.
I feel like Erica would walk around TJ Maxx not looking at her surroundings, just looking straight down.
No, she does.
Yeah, but then
she wants people to look at her.
That's fair.
Yeah. Yeah.
She wants
Erica,
people to look at her because
anybody who's on a reality TV show is going to want people to look at them and want the attention.
Living in New York, being around, like, you'll know the celebrities who really do not want you to look at them. They really, the way they walk and hold themselves, the way they dress, they're like, I'm trying to get this item and I'm trying to get out. The other celebrities who really want you to notice them, and there was a certain actress from Sex and the City, I'm not going to name who, but I saw her walking down the street one time and I was like, girl, I know you want me to say hello.
You know,
we
were working at Jacob's Pickles on the Upper West Side in New York at one point, and I remember there was this guy who came in and he's like, I have a high profile client coming in. We need a table. I'm like, we don't have tables. They're like, it's Laverne Cox. And I was like, okay, we have a table. And they're like, she doesn't want anybody to know who she is. Jason, what did she come in with?
She walked in like Darth Vader. I don't know what she had on her head. But it
no,
was like
she
this
had
big visor thing.
A full metal face mask.
Yes, metal face mask with like, and I'm like, what is, I mean, listen, if you don't want to be noticed and you want to be like, you just want the corner table for the attention, but it was funny. It was so funny.
She walked in with a full metal face mask and she had a strut and she did like this slow walk with like a turn with this big flowy dress. And then she sat down and she told me my stomach hurts and I want some soda water and bitters. And that was like the end of that. So
I love, you know what? Laverne is a diva and I love her. I love her Instagram. Listen, but girl.
With the mask.
Girl. You wanted to be seen.
Yeah. That's exactly what she wanted. That's exactly what she wanted. But all right, guys. Well, we're hitting about an hour, so we're gonna round this off. But we are coming back next Monday because we're doing it every second and fourth week of the month for the Let's Whine About It, where it's a little bit more. I mean,
it's fun.
Yeah, it was fun. But last week, I think I was like a little bit too.
What did you
too
do?
whiny?
Yeah, too whiny. I was just on it. I was like, you know, we were it was just a day. So like when Ebony Dix came on and said like it's just my unfiltered like feelings, I was just like, you know what? This, I don't care about this. Let me tell you my real opinions on this. And on here, I'm like, hi, we all love each other. Yay.
We all love each other. Cool.
But on members only, I was like, no, let's talk about some shit.
You know what? Sometimes that's what you got to do.
Yeah, I just wanted to whine about it.
Hello? Because you're not trying to ruin these deals that you be getting. Hey.
And Jess, I did
want to mess up the bag.
Yes, we don't want to mess up the back. Jess, thank you again so much for calling in. And hopefully, because since you watch all the shows, we would love to have you call back in and join us again.
Oh, for sure. Now that
nice to
Shan's
meet
giving
you,
me the
Jess.
hookup.
Yes.
Yes.
And you'll have to DM me that tattoo. I'm so curious.
Oh, it's on my Instagram.
Okay, I'll go. Well, have you messaged me on Instagram?
No.
Oh, message me on Instagram so I can go
I think it's time for you to message Adam on Insta.
Wait, what's your Instagram in case if you don't mind? That way we can let people follow you.
Yeah, it's Jess Jess Tischer TISCHER.
CHER, Jess Tischer. Okay, really quick, just to say, because we have a new face. So, guys, if you want to go follow Jess, then you could just go to Jess Tischer.
Just bring up her Instagram.
Bring up her whole Instagram.
Yes.
Ooh, love your IG.
Instagram.
Ooh, yes, with the red lip. Come through with the red lip.
Yeah. I'm gonna go do some digging and try to find this this tattoo here in a little bit. Jess, not trying to put you on blast, but maybe you'll get some followers and people will reach out. And we have a really close, fun community, so I think you'll enjoy it.
I love that. Well, I'm always posting shit in my story, like always.
Perfect.
All the Bravo news.
Love that.
We love it. All right. Well, Jess, Janelle, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for having me. And let me talk about Vanderpump Rules. I'm very excited for the new season. Also, I'm so happy Tamara's coming back to OC.
Oh, I'm happy about it.
I mean,
and you know what? I'm not mad about them getting rid of Noella and Dr. Armstrong.
Nobody's not about that.
Bye, girl.
Yeah. Bye, Noella. It was a matter of time.
Bye, Jen.
Oh
you could kind of honestly, you could take Jenna and Emily. See, Gina and Emily with you.
I love Emily.
I do have one question before I leave.
Yeah.
Because Tamara is currently feuding with Heather, and she don't be liking Shannon. Do you think Heather and Shannon gonna team up against Tamara, or is Shannon, because she wants to keep that orange, gonna team up with Tamara and go up against Heather?
No,
Ooh.
Heather was just seen out and posted a photo at lunch with Shannon. So that means that they went from being two onesomes to now one twosome. And originally it was one big happy threesome, but that's not going to happen anymore. So Tamara's going to come in and be on the outs. She's going to go after Heather Dubrow for trying to make it to where she couldn't even return to the show. And she's playing everybody by saying, I want some resolution to this friendship that I had with Shannon when she lopped me off after I was kicked off the show and I felt like she used me. And I really just want to show everybody that there can be some resolve. But the minute she signs that contract and they stick the cameras 5 feet away from her face, not even, it's like 5 inches, she's going to be like, bitch. And it's going to be crazy.
I'm excited. I think OC got me. Ow. I'm going to tune in all of Alexis Bellino. Oh my God.
Wait, is she actually coming back or is that still just a rumor?
Well, that's what the rumor says, darling.
Well, Alexis Bellino isn't officially confirmed, but I mean, honestly, maybe she'll bring something because before she was in a miserable relationship. She didn't like her husband. She wasn't happy. So that was a different side of her. And I think that the husband was also kind of controlling. So maybe she was afraid to be her full self. Whereas like now, if you saw her when she did her appearance on Below Deck with her new guy that she's like sitting in his lap the whole time, making out with him and talking about sex and just like, wow, wild. Maybe it's a different Alexis Bellino. I don't know.
Well, and if Tamara is back and so is Alexis, is she still going to call her Jesus Jugs?
I don't know. But also Alexis Bellino, the one who advocated for her was Heather. So if Tamara's out on the outs with Heather, then Heather is going to have full control over what Alexis Bellino says and how she acts, because really they're all afraid of Heather because Heather is kind of the front runner. The only person who's not going to be afraid would be Tamara.
But what about Emily? Because Emily's coming back. So is Emily going to team up with Heather? Because according to Kelly Dodd, can't stand her, but whatever. Ew. According to Kelly Dodd, Emily doesn't really like Heather, but she was acting like she liked Heather just to keep her orange on the show. So is Emily going to get over her beef with Tamara and they team up against Heather? Oh my!
I love Emily.
You guys are actually making me excited to watch Orange County.
Yeah, seriously.
I'm just saying. Let me tell you something. I love watching rich white women just going crazy on camera because there's something about it just makes me go sit back and drink a glass of rosé. It's very interesting to watch. And
you're one on the ink cap.
Hello, Vanderpump Rosé. You better plug it all the way in, Lisa. So
she really needs to get her distribution up here in Canada. I don't know what the hell Pandora is doing down there, but they are not doing the most. They don't have it worldwide. Okay.
I mean, listen, Pandora does a lot of work though for Vanderpump. Like, I can't knock that either. She's a hustler.
I don't doubt that, but she's not hustling up here in Canada. She's missing a whole demographic, okay?
Jess, let me tell you something right now. This is what I've learned. Bravo be secretly watching all of these YouTube channels like Adam's and Jason's and so many others. They don't want to act like they don't watch, but trust me, they watch. Okay, so what you're saying is going to get back to Pandora. Okay, it's going to be in Canada. I bet you January 2023.
All right, I'll put money on it. And I hope at the same time, Tom's Good Lovin' gets their distribution up and going. And it can get up here too.
On top of it, it won't probably be there till 2030. But guess what? We're gonna pray on it. We're gonna pray on it.
Well, yeah.
Oh Lord.
There you go.
And Schwartz and Sandy's opens this week. Doesn't it open tomorrow?
I think that they're doing the Daily Mail party tomorrow.
I'm so mad I was 1 week too early.
Listen, sometimes timing is everything, and this time it wasn't for you.
It's okay. I'll be back in September for another sitting for my tattoo. So
okay,
yes,
perfect.
And then they'll have a flow, so you'll get to really experience it.
Yeah, you never want to go to a restaurant for the opening. It's always a disaster. And then what they try to do is just like plug you with drinks because there's just a shitstorm happening behind the scenes that you don't really know about, which is actually kind of fine, I guess.
Yeah. Now
I guess it sounds fun to be a patron in that situation, but I've never been the patron. I've always been working it. So maybe
if you just show up in like a big gown and a metal shield mask and roll in, they won't know who you are.
Yeah, exactly. Well, they'll probably think that their PR person invited you and that you're someone big, and they'll probably give you a VIP booth, and they'll say, you have to try this Tom's Good Loving cocktail with the smoke and the pizzazz, and this is not just a grapefruit, but this is a blood orange grapefruit, which is a hybrid of also a lemon with a cinnamon stick, but the cinnamon stick was burned at the tip, but not with any lighter. It was a red Bic lighter, which gives it that real flow.
Was that your Sandoval impersonation? Because that was pretty good.
Yeah. I mean, you're really selling that drink.
I was really selling it. Like he was trying to sell those frozen shots. Remember that? That never got installed at Tom Tom. I would have gone to Tom Tom.
Listen, maybe it's at Schwartz and Sandy's now.
It could be at Schwartz and Sandy's.
Very true.
Because he did buy it. So
hello.
I don't think he bought it.
I thought he bought it.
No, I don't think he did.
No, he bought the machine.
Yeah.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, but Ken was like, we're not in the restaurant.
Ken was like, no, we're not putting that in.
Well, because the thing is that it would take so long, and like the whole purpose is like those bartenders, like you can ask Jason, they probably make anywhere from 400 to 1,000 drinks a night. Yeah, like no joke.
Yeah.
Also,
there's no time.
Also, Jess, let me tell you something. Let me tell you a little tidbit, and then we gotta log off because these people got to go. Okay, let me tell you something. For those type of parties like Daily Mail, it's all about the confidence. Okay, it's all how you walk into a place, and
Sandoval has enough confidence for everybody in the world.
Let me tell you, I'm not gonna say where I walked into places, but let me just say I've walked into places where my name was not on the list. Okay, it's all about the confidence. Okay,
exactly.
And
what does that mean? I just did that. I did that the other day. Jason and I walked into a Chili's, and they asked us if our name was on the reservation.
You would never see me walk into a Chili's, friend.
That's not hate true. To break that to you. Love Chili's until you got food poisoning.
No one said we. No one said we ever. No. That is like
2 for 1 is where it's at. All right, guys. Well, Janelle,
you and my sister can do that all day long. That is not for me.
I've
never been to Chili's.
I like it. So. All right, I'm a Chili's person. All right, guys. We'll see you next time, and thank you for calling in.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for having me.
Bye, ladies.
Bye.
Oh no, enough of that. That's done. Just kidding. We love you. All right, guys. Thank you to everyone who joined us. And if we didn't get to you in the call list this time, I promise you we will get to you this upcoming week. Jason and I, we have some stuff happening. So I think our Real Housewives of Beverly Hills Dubai recap will actually be on Wednesday night instead of Thursday. But I'll keep you guys posted in the community tab, and I'll definitely let you know by tomorrow. Is that what we're planning on doing?
I think we should go ahead and plan that now because we are not going to be around when we usually do.
So let's say that we're going to do it Wednesday after Beverly Hills in Dubai. So that would be what? 10 o'clock?
10 o'clock EST.
10 o'clock EST. Jesus Christ, that's like your kind of late live. I don't even know if I can survive till then. I'll try.
And tomorrow night is Anchor Watch at 11 p.m.
So you're going to have 2 late nights in a row.
Too late. I'm okay with late nights. It's these early mornings you get me up for the gym at 6, 7 o'clock that kill me.
Yeah. Well, and then also don't forget that there's Anchor Watch tomorrow. Thank you to all of our mods, everyone who called in, everybody in the live chat. We love you guys, and we will see you so very soon. Jason, did I miss anything?
No, that was a fun live.
Yeah.
Good chat. Yeah.
Bye, guys.
Vanderpump Rules.